Hi, Shannon here with Shannon Sizzlen Stampers in my Southern Colorado Stamp Studio for another fun week of Sizzlen Christmas in our 12 weeks to Christmas. So don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and we are trying to boost my subscribers so that you guys who do that and email me with my email can be entered to win a $75 Stampin' Up! Product gift card with me. All right, so today we're going to start with this adorable Caroline Mice stamp set. Now, this is an exclusive stamp set, so you have to host a party in order to earn it or purchase $150 yourself. So cute. And use your hostess dollars toward it. So if you would like information on how you can earn this little cute Caroline Mice stamp set, please reach out to me. Message me here or on my Facebook business page or email again on that email. So I just thought this was so cute, and I'm not normally a fan of mice and mice stamps, but this one I thought was super cute. And today we're going to be making an adorable wintry Caroline Mice box. So I'm going to set my stamps over here for a moment, and I've got just a piece of standard Whisper White paper. And we're going to be stamping 3 images from the stamp set. We are going to first do the single mouse that you can see in there. Going to stamp him. And then we are going to stamp the super cute light post. And I think the light post, this guy doesn't have a little song paper or songbook or anything, but I think the light post and the music note will sell it as singing. So you can get that quite as dark as I want on there, and I don't have my Stamparatus out. So we'll just stamp again because we're going to be cutting these out. So that is all going to be good. I'm going to set that aside for a moment, and we will come back to the music note in a little bit. But for the moment, we are going to color. And today we're going to be coloring with our watercolor pencils. You can use whatever coloring tool that you would like, but I'm going to do the watercolor pencils, and we're going to use the blender pen on them. Or, no, you know what? Maybe I will use water today and use our water painter. We'll just have to see. So right now I'm just kind of coloring him in, his little body. And you notice I'm not coloring super neatly. That's because whatever I use, whether it's water or the glycerin blender pen, is going to pick that up. So I have both. We have 2 sets of watercolor pencils, and I highly recommend having both sets. You'll get a much better variety of color for you to use in that. But set 1 is the larger set, and that's because it has the black, gray, and the white pencils on it. So kind of your basic neutrals are in that one, as well as some of our standard colors. Remember, just like everything else, all of our colors and tools and products, they're all color coordinated. Remember, coordinated, not matching, coordinated, which means the color is the same, however, on a different fabric. So a ribbon may appear slightly different in color for the same color than it appears on paper. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of the black pencil. And I want to just show you on here, I want to kind of, one of the tricks I wanted to show was how to kind of get this luminescent look from your lantern. So I'm doing black there. I'm going to put a gray on this outside rim. I may go back in and darken it. So I'm going to be using several colors in the yellow and orange family. We grab them all here. So we've got Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, and our Daffodil Delight. Now, I tend to start out with my brighter color first. And you notice I'm doing scratch pattern. Light comes down from these. So if you can kind of pencil coming down, you will get the effect. And don't go above your light like I started to do. I almost always forget that because normally when I'm shading, I'm going around it. And oops, I think I want a pumpkin pie. When I color and do these things, I just get all my colors out that I think I'm going to want to use, and then I just see what resonates with me to actually use. Okay, so I'm just putting that in. I want to deepen that up, so I'm going to bring in the crushed curry a little bit. You notice I'm keeping the bulk of the heavy color inside the little lamp post, coming down and out with softer, lower colors, less color showing. I have a little bit of deepness in here I want to add with the Cajun craze. Crushed curry, Cajun craze. So we're going to leave it like that for now. Then we're going to come back in with the Christmas bow of real red. Yes. And I always have to look at the names on these because the color choices in the pencils, they do not look like our standard colors. But again, that's that coordinate piece not matching. There is a slight difference. And I like to blend my red, so I always like to use the cherry cobbler to give some darker intense depth to it. Okay. I know I was coloring that upside down, but for me, that's what works to get my lighting pattern coming out the right way. Okay. I just was using a little bit of red. Now, I feel like I'm going to want to come back in and get a little bit more deepness of color on my little mouse. So I really, really want him to really pop. So I'm just going to put some more, lay down some more gray on his main body. I'm pulling a little bit darker again on that lamp post. Make sure you get some color into all the little places on the lamp post because you don't want it to look, we don't want the lamp post to have too much white space in it because we'll lose the lighting effect if we have too much lightness. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with that. We're going to use the blender pen, and that's just the glycerin clear pen. So I usually work light to dark, and I just rub my blender pen over it, and it bleeds those brush strokes so they don't look so strokey. They just look more solid. And I wipe it off. Yep, you saw that right on my hand typically because there's nothing on it, but it does pull a little bit of color. If as you go, you find that you need to add more color with your pencil, you can do so, and you just go back over it with the blender pen. It's great. It's fast. It's no mess. It's not fussy. Now we're going to come in and do the gray. Let me see if I've got him shaded dark enough like I want. Yeah, I think so. But that's why, when you're talking holidays, for me, it's fast and furious almost sometimes. So for the lamp, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do everything before I do the lighting effect. So I'm going to put my blender pen across the lamp post and the bow. I'm going to do all of that before I come back in and do the lighting effect. Okay. Because I want to come back in, now I'm going to color downward. So you're going to see me turn mine again because it's easier for me to go stroke down like that. You want your blender pen to follow the direction that you are trying to have the light cast to look like your light is casting. Okay. And that's how you're going to get that look. Now, granted, I am going to be cutting these out. However, I wanted to show you that technique because you can use it if you were doing a static lamppost on a card. You could have a great effect. And if I had moved my little mouse over for a card, I could then bring some of that lighting, the oranges and yellows, around the top of my little mouse's head. But even though I'm going to I gotta get mine down to smaller pieces for me. Even though I know that I'm gonna cut that lamp post out, like I said, I wanted to show you the technique, but it will still show because I tend to leave a little tiny edge. I attempt to when I'm fussy cutting. There are no dies for this stamp set. Again, it is one of the Hostess exclusive sets that you can choose to use your host dollars on. And that there are no sentiments, but that leaves it wide open. This little mouse, since he doesn't look totally caroling, he can be for any time of the year. He can be for any time in winter. So you can just change up what you want it to say by him, and whichever other stamp set you have, or maybe you're making something that you won't even need a sentiment like this. It might be you're just going to write to or from on your gift box tag. So we're going to get him all cut out, fussy cut out here. You know, sometimes the fussy cutting on video can be tedious, but I try to do it quickly. And then we're going to do the same thing for the lamppost. Now, as you come up into the lamppost, just make sure you leave yourself a little more border where the lighting can shine out and show. And if you want to cut where you cut all the way around your lighting, you can do that too. So instead of like cutting on in, I could cut and leave that out wider so it really has that effect of shining and showing it. But again, this is another technique for you to use anytime you're coloring lamps or lighting candlelight. Anything that's going to be dropping down, you want to think about how does that light come down from that particular thing? A candlelight, the light goes up and out and around the flame. A lamp like this, the light is central inside the core of the color is there, and the light actually comes down from that post. All right, so we've got these little cuties here. Now we're going to bring in something that you guys are not going to think of as Christmas. And that is one of these really cute doily boxes. And I want to show you how easy it is to put it together. So the first thing you're going to do, they come in a box or in a package, and they're flat. They're just stacked on each other. They have the 3M tape already applied. They're already pre-scored. It makes gift giving at the holiday time a cinch, or any time of the year, really. So you're just going to come in and you're going to score. It also comes with pre-punched double holes, which is an even more awesome thing. So when you think about this, I've got to get my base folded up from the score lines. But before I show you building it, I want you to think of what this looks like is it's coming onto the outside. Actually, I think I need it to flip and go inside. I think I did it. Folded mine. Oh. I'm going to see, because I normally don't like to see my flaps. There we go. Okay, so you want to think about it. You're going to fold it to where your flaps with the tape, the double-sided tape, are going to lay on the inside of that. Hopefully you can see that. So then all you have to do is you can take the pick tool with the spatula end and just run that right under there. This little tool is wonderful for if you're doing several of these boxes. This is the thing to have, because it makes pulling off the double-sided tape backing so simple. And it's just, it comes with different tips. This one picks up sequins and stuff. This one rolls. It has the piercing tool. These tools you can get extras of. There's a roller, a brush roller, and different ones. So you're going to bring that up, and you're going to align that edge right there. We're going to align that edge right there. We're going to flip it over. We're going to align that edge right there. We're going to align that edge. Oop, I didn't get that one quite. So we'll just go with it. Don't worry, that's on the back, fortunately. Okay, so then these little tabs go in like that. You can leave them up or down. You can pull them on in, but they will kind of help keep something in there if you're putting tissue or whatever. Now, I have selected, this is a piece of the Splendid Day Foil DSP. So it's foil on this side, so it looks beautiful, but I wanted it because it's a pool party and it's got this random piece of patterning. And when I slide that in there at my box, okay, I got that a little long, so I'm going to just trim it. It will create, because I don't want you to think of this as floral, right? I want you to think of this as, what do you think? Snowflakes. So I want to give that hint and air, and I don't even glue it in. I will, however, take my, well, how did I not have one hole punch? I didn't have my hole punch the other day, the right one. And today I don't have my bigger one. All right, so we're going to go ahead, take ideally punch that out with a hole punch those holes out. In fact, I may just, for all intents and purposes of this video, I think I'm just going to come in at a little angle and cut that out so that it has a smoother finish for you guys. Now, when it's the holiday time of the year, my supplies are all over the place between classes and personal stamping and videos and everything else. Okay, so it gives just a little hint. See the hint of the pool party that pops through? And I feel like it gives it a little bit more of that air of winter and a snowflake instead of so much a flower. Now, I forgot to do this when I had my box flat before I put it together, but we're going to go ahead and try it. So we're going to carefully take the music note, and at the places that are the wide flower, yeah, that'll work. That's where you have enough space to get some of these music notes on there. This other small solid flower is another place that you can do it. But you're just going to stamp those little music notes however and wherever you want them. And if you want to deepen them, color them in with the black colored pencil, you can do that as well. Or you can just leave them white. They would be cute colored in pool party. I'm just now thinking that, but I've already done it with the black. And I can easily come in with my glycerin blender pen and blend those notes out. And yes, I missed a couple of full edges on there because of stamping while the box is built. Okay. So we've got just a light hint of pool party coming in behind there. Tuck our gift in. Now we are going to add our little mice and lamppost to set the final scene. Our lamppost is going to go on flat. And our mousey is going to go up on dimensionals. And you'll only need a couple of dimensionals for this little guy. He's super cute. And he's not too giant, so he will be held on very easily. So you can see we're just going to put him on. And now he's singing and caroling in this backdrop of wonderful doily-like snowflakes. All right. So the finishing touches. Where did my ribbon go? The pool party sheer ribbon, as well as some of our iridescent trim. So I'm going to cut those to have them both be the same size. So just approximately. I'm better when it's close in size. All right. So you're gonna, this is designed to run through. There are 2 holes on each side. So you're gonna run through. This is why using this iridescent trim is so helpful, because it has body to it and it will bring your sheer ribbon right along with you. If you do have problems, you can always use the spatula end again on this to help poke those ribbons through. But use the spatula end, because if you use the pick tool end, or the piercing tool end, it'll kind of ruin your ribbon. All right, so then you just pull. It's all about just pulling it, getting it down even. And we're going to tie that up in a super cute bow. Oh, if my fingers will work today. Okay, here we go. Try to make sure you get the bow is the hardest part for me. Ever since the chemo stuff, my fingers don't work well. So on bows, I can do knots, but bows are a struggle for me. Let's try it the overhand style and see if I can. There are several different ways to tie bows. So if one way doesn't work for me on a day, sometimes I try a different method. Okay, that's probably as good as we're going to get. But between the pull party, the blue color really pulls. You've put a little bit of it behind the doilies. We've got a caroler. It's clearly clear. We've got the iridescent trim, and it really brings it all together and says winter fun for me. I hope you enjoyed that project today. Make sure you subscribe and share my page with everyone so that you too can be entered in to win $75 of Stampin' product from me when I hit those subscriber numbers. All right. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.